Finding a good budget watch on Amazon is about more than choosing the one that looks expensive in photos. Compare style, comfort, readability, size, and how each watch fits your daily outfits. Since the captured facts are limited, check each listing carefully before buying. The direct Amazon links for every watch are in the description and in the pinned comment. Let's start with number 7. At number 7, we have the Waches men's watch. With this listing, the main thing to do is treat it as a budget-style option and inspect the details carefully before buying. Since no extra Amazon facts were captured here, do not assume anything about the movement, materials, water resistance, or long-term durability until you confirm it directly on the product page. What makes a watch like this worth considering is usually the look it gives you for the money. If the design matches dress shirts, polos, jackets, or more formal everyday outfits, it can be useful as an inexpensive watch for work, dinners, events, or casual business style. Before choosing it, check the case size, strap type, clasp style, dial readability, and customer photos if available. Also look closely at the product images to see whether the color and finish fit your wardrobe. This is the kind of pick that can make sense if you want a sharp-looking watch first, and you are willing to verify the practical details before ordering. For Waches men's, treat the listing as the final checklist before you buy. Look closely at the case shape, strap style, dial layout, and product photos so rank 7 matches the way you actually plan to wear it. Also compare the size notes and customer images against watches you already own. That simple check helps you avoid a watch that looks good on the page, but feels too large, too formal, or too casual in real use. Number 6 is the Wach men's watch. For a budget watch, Wach is the type of listing where you should focus less on hype and more on whether the design solves your actual use case. If you need something that looks more substantial than a very basic watch, this may be the kind of option to compare against the others in the list. But because no specific product facts were captured, you should verify every important detail on the Amazon page before making a decision. Look at the dial layout, the size on wrist, the strap appearance, and how easy the watch seems to read at a glance. If the listing includes close-up photos or buyer images, use those to judge whether the watch looks clean in real life or only in polished product shots. Also think about where you would wear it. A budget watch can be a good buy if it fits your daily outfits and you actually enjoy wearing it, but it is not a good buy if it looks interesting online and then feels too large, too flashy, or too hard to match. For Wach men's, treat the listing as the final checklist before you buy. Look closely at the case shape, strap style, dial layout, and product photos so rank 6 matches the way you actually plan to wear it. At number 5, the Mini Focus men's watch is another budget-friendly candidate that should be judged by style, fit, and listing clarity. With no captured specifications available, the safest way to evaluate it is to ask what role this watch would play in your rotation. Is it meant to be your daily casual watch, a cleaner option for going out, or simply an affordable piece that gives your outfits a more finished look? That question matters because budget watches can look very different depending on the clothes around them. Check whether the dial design feels simple enough for everyday wear or whether it leans more decorative. Look at the strap color, the case color, and the overall proportions in the images. If you already own a watch, compare the case size and visual weight before buying. Also read the listing carefully for what is included and what the seller actually claims. This pick makes the most sense for someone who wants an inexpensive watch with a distinctive look, but still wants to verify the basic comfort and practical details before ordering. For Mini Focus men's, treat the listing as the final checklist before you buy. Look closely at the case shape, strap style, dial layout, and product photos so rank 5 matches the way you actually plan to wear it. Number 4 is the Wach men's watch. This is the kind of budget watch listing where the visual design is probably the first thing that will catch your attention, but the buying decision should still be practical. Since there are no captured facts beyond the name, ASIN, and link, you should not rely on assumptions about features or build. Instead, open the listing and check what the seller actually states. Pay attention to how the dial is arranged, how thick the watch appears, and whether the strap or bracelet looks like something you would wear for long periods. A watch can photograph well and still be the wrong choice if it feels too bold for your normal outfits. On the other hand, if you want a low-cost watch that stands out a bit more, this type of option can be worth comparing. Look for buyer photos to see the real color and shine, and check whether the watch appears easy to read. For many people, the best budget watch is not the loudest one, but the one that looks intentional and remains comfortable enough to use. For Wach men's, treat the listing as the final checklist before you buy. Look closely at the case shape, strap style, dial layout, and product photos so rank 4 matches the way you actually plan to wear it. At number 3, we have the Wach men's watch. When you are shopping in this price range, a listing like this should be evaluated with a simple checklist. Does it look good? Does it match your clothing? Does the size make sense? And does the product page clearly explain what you are getting? Because no extra facts were captured, it would be a mistake to claim specific features. Instead, use the Amazon page to confirm the important basics, including the listed dimensions, strap information, display style, and any care instructions the seller provides. Think about whether you want a watch that blends in or one that becomes a visible part of the outfit. If your wardrobe is mostly neutral, a cleaner design may be easier to wear. If you want something with more presence, compare the product images with customer photos so you know how it looks outside studio lighting. This pick is best approached as a style-first budget option, interesting enough to consider, but only worth buying after you confirm the practical details directly from the listing. For Safari men's, treat the listing as the final checklist before you buy. Look closely at the case shape, strap style, dial layout, and product photos so rank 3 matches the way you actually plan to wear it. Also compare the size notes and customer images against watches you already own. That simple check helps you avoid a watch that looks good on the page, but feels too large, too formal, or too casual in real use. Number 2 is another Benjar men's watch, but with a different ASIN. So make sure you compare this exact listing rather than assuming it is the same as the earlier Benjar option. That is especially important when Amazon listings have similar names. Small differences in dial design, strap style, color, size, or included details can change which watch is better for you. Since no specific facts were captured for this product, the smartest approach is to use it as a finalist and inspect the product page closely. Check the images from multiple angles, look for wrist photos if available, and compare the style against the other watches in this ranking. If you want a budget watch for everyday use, prioritize comfort and readability. If you want it mainly for outfits, focus on whether it looks balanced with your shoes, belt, jacket, or casual clothes. Also avoid buying only because it appears premium in the main image. Budget watches can be great value when expectations are realistic, and this one is worth checking if the design fits your personal style. For Benjar men's, treat the listing as the final checklist before you buy. Look closely at the case shape, strap style, dial layout, and product photos so rank 2 matches the way you actually plan to wear it. Also compare the size notes and customer images against watches you already own. That simple check helps you avoid a watch that looks good on the page but feels too large, too formal, or too casual in real use. At number 1, the Bure men's watch closes the list as the final option to compare before you decide. With limited captured facts, the reason to treat this carefully is simple. The best choice is not automatically the top-ranked product. It is the watch that fits your wrist, your outfits, and your expectations. Open the listing and confirm every detail that matters to you, including the size, strap style, dial look, and any claims made by the seller. If you want a watch for work or simple everyday outfits, look for a design that feels clean and easy to wear repeatedly. If you want something more noticeable, check whether the finish and layout still look tasteful in real buyer photos. Also think about whether this would be your only watch or one extra option in a small rotation. A budget watch should make getting dressed easier, not create another item you rarely use. This Bure listing is the one to inspect closely if you want a final, polished-looking candidate before choosing which affordable watch belongs on your wrist. For Bure men's, treat the listing as the final checklist before you buy. Look closely at the case shape, strap style, dial layout, and product photos so rank 1 matches the way you actually plan to wear it. Also compare the size notes and customer images against watches you already own. That simple check helps you avoid a watch that looks good on the page but feels too large, too formal, or too casual in real use. Those were the 7 budget watch options in this ranking. Because the captured product facts were limited, make sure you check each Amazon listing carefully before buying, especially the size, strap, materials, and seller details shown on the page. The direct links are in the description and in the pinned comment so you can compare every watch for yourself. Subscribe to Value Finds for more useful Amazon picks, and I will see you in the next video.